Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're doing well and good. In this video, we are going to talk about the second origin stories of why Vishnu took avatars on earth. So, we have Bhrigu, Lakshmi, and the silent fracture of the Vaikunth. Long before the sages tested the gods, a deeper conflict had already been unfolded between Bhrigu and Vishnu. A moment of grief that would later echo through the heavens. During the ancient wars between the Devas and Asuras, the Asuras were guided by their guru Shukracharya, the son of the great sage Bhrigu, seeking greater power for his followers. Shukracharya began performing a terrible and prolonged tapasya to please Lord Shiva. Hoping to obtain the secret knowledge of Mṛta-sañjīvanī Vidya, the power to restore dead to life. While Shukracharya was absorbed in his penance, the Devas saw an opportunity to weaken their enemies. They attacked the Asuras, hoping to destroy them before the Guru could return. The frightened Asuras fled to the hermitage of Kavyamata, the wife of Bhrigu and the mother of Shukracharya. She was not merely a wife of a sage but a powerful ascetic in her own right. When the Asuras sought her protection, she invoked her spiritual energy. Through her austerity, she immobilized the Devas, stopping their advance. Unable to move or fight, the Devas turned to Vishnu for help. Seeing that the balance of the cosmos was at risk, Vishnu acted swiftly to free the gods and restore the cosmic order. He released the Sudarshan Chakra, which struck down Kavyamata. When Bhrigu returned and saw his wife slain, grief and fury overwhelmed him. Though he understood that Vishnu had acted to protect the Devas, the death of his wife filled him with sorrow. In anger, he pronounced a terrible curse. Vishnu, he declared, since you have slain my wife, you shall be born again and again in the mortal world. You will experience the limitations and suffering of earthly existence. Thus, it is said that Vishnu's many avatars are partly connected to the curse of sage Bhrigu. Yet Bhrigu was also a great rishi, and after his anger subsided, he revived his wife through the power of his penance. Time passed, but the memory of that event remained in the sage heart. The testing of the Trimurti. In another age, the sage gathered to discuss a great question: which among the Trimurti truly embodied the highest divine nature? Creation belonged to Brahma, preservation belonged to Vishnu, and transformation or destruction belongs to Shiva. But the sages wished to know whose qualities were most perfect. They chose Bhrigu to test him. The sage first traveled to the realm of Brahma, where the Creator sat upon the lotus that had emerged from Vishnu's navel. Brahma was absorbed in contemplation and the work of creation, surrounded by the Vedas and the rhythms of the universe. Bhrigu entered but did not bow. Seeing his son arrive without respect, Brahma's face grew stern. Bhrigu, Brahma said, have you forgotten the conduct due to Father and Creator? Why do you stand before me without greeting? But Bhrigu deliberately remained silent. Brahma's anger rose like a fire, yet he restrained himself, remembering that the sages must be treated with patience. Seeing this suppressed anger, Bhrigu turned away and pronounced a judgment. Brahma, he said, though you are the creator, your pride and temper remain strong. Therefore, you shall receive very little worship among humans, and the temples dedicated to you will be rare upon the earth. With that, he departed. Bhrigu meets Shiva. Next, Bhrigu traveled to the Mount Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva. When Shiva saw the sage arrive, he rose joyfully. Bhrigu said, Shiva, spreading his arms, it has been long since you came. Come, let's me embrace you. But Bhrigu stepped back sharply. I do not accept such familiarity, he said coldly. You roam the cremation grounds, smeared with ashes and surrounded by ghosts. How can such a being claim purity? The insult struck like lightning. Shiva's eyes blazed with fury, and he lifted his trident. Arrogant sage, Shiva roared, you dare speak such words to me. He moved forward to punish the insult, but Parvati quickly intervened and calmed him. Bhrigu watched the anger flare and then subside. Turning away, he spoke again. Shiva, though you are a great ascetic, your temper rises like a storm. You too are overcome with passion. And with that, he left Kailash. The test of Vishnu. Finally, Bhrigu journeyed to Vaikunth, the serene realm of Vishnu. There he saw Vishnu reclining upon the cosmic serpent Seshnag, while Lakshmi and the goddess of prosperity and harmony sat upon the Lord's chest, the sacred place known as the Shri Vavastava, her eternal adore. Still carrying the memory of his wife's death and determined to test Vishnu completely, Bhrigu uprose and struck the Lord upon his chest with his foot. The entire cosmos seemed to fall silent. But Vishnu did not react with anger. Instead, he rose immediately, bowed to the sage, and gently held Bhrigu's foot in his hands. Great sage, Vishnu said softly, your foot must have been hurt by striking my chest. Allow me to soothe it. At that very moment, Bhrigu's pride dissolved. He realized that what he had encountered was not weakness but perfect humility. But someone else had witnessed everything. Lakshmi leaves Vaikunth. Lakshmi had seen the entire scene. The chest upon which Bhrigu had struck was her sacred dwelling place. Though Vishnu's humility revealed his greatness, Lakshmi felt deeply wounded that her lord had tolerated such an insult. Without anger, without curse, she simply made a decision. She left Vaikunth, descending into the world below. She withdrew her presence from the divine realm. Her departure created a subtle fracture across creation. For Lakshmi is not merely the goddess of wealth, she is the principle of harmony, prosperity, beauty, and auspiciousness. Without her presence, the balance of the worlds weakened. Vishnu understood what had happened. Preservation cannot exist without auspiciousness. Order cannot remain stable when prosperity and grace have withdrawn. So Vishnu did something extraordinary. He left Vaikunth. Descending into the mortal world, he followed Lakshmi into the realms of human existence, making earth the field where divine reunion must unfold. The meaning of the story, thus, the incarnation did not arise only through the battle or cosmic conflict, sometimes it begins through separation. The silent fracture between Vishnu and Lakshmi became one of the hidden reasons the Lord descends into the world, not merely to defeat evil, but to restore harmony whenever it has been broken. For even in the heavens, the balance between humility and honor, power and compassion, Vishnu and Lakshmi, must be preserved. And with that, we have completed our second origin stories of why Vishnu took avatars on earth. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.